everybody, it's Emily from Both Pages in Ink, and today I will be sharing with you guys the books that I read in May as well as my June TBR. I am very, very happy and proud of myself and pleased to announce that in the month of May I managed to read 9 books. 9. I think that is a record for me, so I am very proud of myself, especially because last month was terrible in the reading department. I think I read maybe 3 books. Ignore my fallen over Funkos. I'm just gonna move. I had moved this way to give myself room, but I realized that they look like a mess. And every time I try to fix them, they fall over, so I'm just gonna leave them like that. So let me make the attempt to put these down and share with you guys the books that I read in the month of May. And if I have any book talks or discussions, I will put the links down below. So the first book that I read in May, besides the book that I finished in May, which was Uprooted, I started that in the middle of April and didn't finish it till May, so I'm not counting it, otherwise it would be 10 books. But anyway, so the first book I read was Flawed by Cecilia Ahern. I got this in my Owl Crate last month for the dystopian box, and I was not disappointed. It's fantastic, and it's really unlike anything that I've really read. It follows a girl who has lived the perfect life. She has good grades, she has the perfect boyfriend, she has a perfect family, save for her sister, who's actually her older sister, I believe, who kind of is in her shadow in a way. And she does something that in the society is deemed as flawed, which is helping a flawed person. Now, flawed people are people that have committed a crime against society. So they have lied, they've stolen, they've cheated, cheated, because I was going to say they've had an affair. That's, cheating. So they are brought into a court and deemed whether or not they are flawed. And in this book, a character helps out a flawed person, and for doing so, which is against the rules, she is deemed flawed, and she's actually the first person to be branded, I believe, 5 times in the history of the flawed court system, which is a really big deal, and she has to kind of deal with the fact that she's gone from having this perfect life to being flawed, and having to deal with all the things that a flawed society has to deal with, or a flawed in society has to deal with. It was actually a really, really good book. I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars, and I definitely recommend it. The next book I read in the month of May was Nimona by Noelle Stevenson, and this is a graphic novel that was a National Book Award finalist, and it's about a girl named Nimona who wants to be the sidekick to what she thinks is the bad guy, who is actually, I almost want to say misunderstood, but that's so cliche. But he was supposed to be the good guy in the story, but the actual good guy cheated and took out his arm. And because they needed a villain, they put him in that position, even though he's really more of a hero. And he learns to... and Nimona actually learns a lot about herself as well as him, and he kind of just learns to be a pretty chill guy. It's actually pretty cool, and I really enjoyed it. Then I read, I'm going to put these 2 together because they're part of a series. I'm not going to do that with the next series because it's huge. But I read A Court of Thorns and Roses and A Court of Mist and Fury, the second book in the Court of Thorns and Roses book, which I still obsess over. This book, you guys. This book, mind you, is not young adults, so if you are under the age of 18, I would not recommend it. Because it's something called New Adult, which is 18 and up, but it's still not considered an adult. It's basically about characters who are over the age of 18 and I believe under the age of like 25 or something. But it's such a great story. This series will be the death of me. I have a book talk about that, and I will link a book talk to this, because I did a book talk on this a long time ago, so book talks all around. I gave this a 5 out of 5 stars too, because it was just it stole my essence. It just, I'm surprised I didn't go in a book hangover after reading this. It was just, it hurt. That over there. That over there. Alright, so the next thing I read was the Selection series. So I have the Selection and the Elite and the One, which I've all previously read, and I have book talks on. I thought I had book talks for all of them, but apparently the Selection doesn't have one. But I will put a link to these two down below. These two down below. Sorry, I'm like watching myself, which is in it's like reverse as to what you guys will see, so I'm like Anyway, so yeah, I read these. And then a while ago my friend Danny sent me the Air, and because it finally came out and I could use a stinking coupon on it from Barnes & Noble because I'm a member, I also bought the Crown. So I had the Air from Danny and I bought the Crown. So I have the whole series, and I thought I would finally finish the series and do a book discussion, which I just got finished filming and is already up on YouTube, so I will post a link to that down below. I gave this one, I think I gave them both a 4.5 because they were really, really good, but they weren't great. I think this might have gotten 5 stars. I don't actually remember, but I know I loved them, and they were an excellent wrap up to an already pretty good series, and definitely recommend it if you're a fan of the series. What I am currently reading is Everland by Wendy Spinelli, which is a steampunk Peter Pan retelling, and I have not. I like it so far, and it's not that I don't want to read it. I'm just overwhelmed by the amount of awesome that is in it, and I'm just kind of like, I can only handle this book in bursts. Because what it is it's London about World War II-ish, but instead of Hitler invading, it's a queen. So there's the Marauders, which are like sky pirates, and they ride around in a zeppelin, and they are in the process of capturing what people call immunes, because there is a disease that has spread from the biological warfare plant that was destroyed from bombings, and it's killed all the adults, and it's slowly killing the children, especially the girls. So they're on a hunt for a girl who is supposedly the only girl apparently who was vaccinated against it when she was before it was an outbreak, which is totally weird, but yeah, it's pretty good so far. I'm excited to keep going, but I've read so much. I think I'm going into a book slump, but I don't know for sure, because I do want to read this. I've just been doing other things today. It's also my only day off this week that I really get, so I'm trying to live it up, because yesterday was my cousin's graduation, and Monday what did I do Monday? Monday was my day off, but I didn't have an actual, because it was Memorial Day, so I went to my grandparents' house with my cousins and my parents and my brother to kind of chill out and have food and goof off. So, I mean, technically it was a day off, but I didn't get to do whatever I wanted. So that was today, and Everland, and it's awesome. Can't wait to do a book talk. Don't know what I'm gonna do. Okay, so, for the month of June, on my TBR, this is definitely going to be the next book I read, and that is The Crown's Game by Evelyn Skye, because I have been waiting for this to come out since I saw it on the new releases for 2016 thing that I was looking through back in January. So I am all for it. I am excited. I did a pre-order. This thing is signed. Hold on. This thing is signed, and she wrote a quote, because I think I asked her to write her favorite quote, or like her inspiring quote, and it says, "Imagine and it shall be, there are no limits." And I also got an invitation to the Czar's Ball that has a wax seal, and it's signed on the back, and I have like trading cards, and I want to say I got a book plate, which I don't remember. I got a bunch of stuff for it, and I can't remember all the things that I got, but it's awesome. And it's so pretty, and it feels so nice. I'm so excited, guys. But I had to read Everland first because the cover was just so captivating, and I like flipped a coin. I was like, heads, it's Crown's Game, tails, it's Everland, and I got tails, so I was like, alright, Everland. That's what I do when I can't decide. Alright, the next book on my TBR is Zodiac by Romina Russell, which is a sci-fi, which I haven't read sci-fi in a while beyond like a dystopia, so it'll be interesting. It's a pretty thick book, and I know the next 2 books have recently come out, I believe. Smells good. I'm reading this for a couple reasons. One, because it's on my shelf for a while. 2, because I am kind of starting to feel like I need a break from high fantasy and read some science fiction. Although the selection isn't high fantasy, it's just dystopian science fiction fantasy, but it's not the same. Anyway, and I also need a book that starts with Z or a book that has a Z but that starts with Z for my A to Z challenge. I also plan on reading Fallen Kingdoms by Morgan Rhodes. I knew that too off the top of my head, but I like totally blanked. I like how shiny this is, and it's raised. So I plan on reading this because A, it's been on my shelf for a while, and B, I'm pretty sure the Bell cult that I'm a part of, Sophia, you didn't give a shout out to me. I'm kind of disappointed. I think we started the whole Bell cult idea because I had a Bell icon for A Pages in Ink, and you had a Bell icon for Questionable Hufflepuff. So thanks for the shout out. I'm not really mad. Don't worry about it. Anyway. I'm pretty sure the Bell Cult is going to be reading this because it's on our list of books to read. So, and I do need to read this. It's been on my shelf since Christmas. House of Splintered by A.G. Howard, which is an Alice in Wonderland retelling, apparently, that my cousin got me for my birthday, and I haven't read it yet. I'm actually kind of worried about this because I never actually, looked into it because I thought the covers were pretty, but I was just like, oh, I don't know. Actually, I think I want to say I saw Unhinged and read it, the summary, and I was like, but that's like the 4th book, I think, so I don't know. But the pages are the text is purple, which is so cool. So I don't know. I think it's purple and black. I can't really. One second it looks purple, next second it looks black. I don't know. But anyway, so looking forward. Hopefully it's gonna be awesome because I would feel terrible if she got me a book I didn't like. And the last book on my TBR is A Darker Shade of Magic that I started and didn't finish because I was in the middle of some pretty hard stuff that I'm still technically going through, but it's gotten better, and books have actually helped me cope a lot because it allows me an escape from whatever's going on that I don't really feel like talking about it. If you want to know, you can message me on Tumblr and I'll probably tell you about it, but I'm not going to do a whole this is what's going on, especially because the issue that I'm having is really dumb in a way for me to be having this issue, but it's hard to explain. Anyway, so trying not to depress people. Those are my plans for the June month and probably July. Speaking of which, I am planning on taking a trip in July. I will not tell you when because I don't want people coming to my house and trying to break in. Granted, there will be people here because it's summer and my mother's a teacher and doesn't teach over the summer. And my brother doesn't have school. So there will be people here, but I'm not going to tell you when anyway. Another thing that I'm going to be doing these next couple months for summer and everything is I'm studying for my TEAS test. Yeah! I plan on taking this either later this month or early in July. This month because it's June. I'm terrified and also kind of excited because I am the kind of person that enjoys to learn new things, but when they become difficult, that's when I don't like them. I love first days of school. And it's not necessarily for the class and whatever, it's to see, or for the people. In high school it was. But it kind of, when in college, because, you never end up having class with the same people. It was more of, will my professor be good? Will they be helpful? Will I actually learn something in this class? Am I going to pass this class because it's going to be terrible? So I like to learn new things. So I'm terrified and excited. And I have come up with a plan in case you guys are interested. I'm going to work on getting my nursing degree, and because there's a wait list for the school that I'm going to for my associates in science and nursing, I'm probably not going to be going to school in the fall for nursing, but I do want to make an attempt at getting an EMT certificate, like the certification for it, the certification for it, because at least this is what Jordan told me. So I don't know necessarily if it's true, but I don't see where there would be a lie, and even if it is a lie, at least I could be an EMT for a while, which I think would be interesting. That's kind of where I wanted to start anyway. But apparently if you have a nursing degree and a certificate for EMT, you can become a flight nurse, and I think that'd be really cool. So that's my thoughts. Yeah, so that's all I got for you guys today. There's no Top 5 Wednesday because I didn't look at the topic. I probably should. But, yeah. So I will see you guys next week, probably Monday. It will either involve a book talk or a tag. I never know what I'm doing. I've tried to be like, I need to do this day and this that day. It doesn't always work. So, you know, here's hoping that something fun happens. But I will see you guys when I see you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys. I always love you guys, and it always fills my heart with joy when I know you guys watch my videos and actually enjoy them. But I do wish you guys talk to me a little bit more so we can have a conversation going. What do you guys plan on reading this summer or this month? Have you guys read any of the books that I read? Have you read A Court of Mist and Fury? Did it, like, steal your soul for a while? Because it certainly did me, and it certainly did for my best friend Kira. So, let me know. I will see you guys. I love you guys. Happy reading!